Today on the Cardinal Sports Network, we bring you boys varsity lacrosse as your Lawrence Cardinals will be taking on the Hightstown Rams. Well, it's a rainy day for a boys varsity lacrosse match, but they're going to go at it anyway. Starting in goal for Lawrence is Josh Marandino, and starting in goal for Hightstown, they've got Odin Burke. Ready for the face-off. There it goes, and the ball is going to be scooped up by Hightstown. Hightstown passes it to midfield. I'll try and run it over to the near side of the field. Now Hightstown will set up to work it around the perimeter. Down working the ball around, trying to find a way through that Lawrence defense. So far, unable to get near the goal. Long pass out from behind the net, shot on goal, that goes wide. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Hightstown ball. Hightstown puts the ball back into play. And they'll pass it out. Now shot on goal. That one goes wide. It'll be Hightstown ball again. Hightstown brings the ball back into play. Now running it around behind the net. They'll circle around and try to get a shot off. That one's deflected by Marandino. Loose ball, and that'll be scooped up by Hightstown. Hightstown plays it forward. Now back behind the net. Now work it around, trying to get out in front of the net. Ball is knocked loose, laying on the ground. Loose ball scooped up and shot by Hightstown. Nice stop there by Marandino. Marandino coming forward. Now he'll play that one off to the side. Lawrence crosses it over, and John Kimo is going to send it up the field. Austin Edwards trying to move it forward. That's going to be turned over to Hightstown. Hightstown advancing it toward the Lawrence goal. Now they'll drop back a little bit and reset. Once more trying to advance it towards the Lawrence goal. Cross to center, shot on goal, deflected by Marandino. It'll be Hightstown ball. Rams put it back into play. And working the perimeter. Shot on goal. And that one's going to be stopped by Marandino. Marandino plays it forward to Patel. Patel trying to run it forward. That one gets knocked free. Scooped up by Nab. That's knocked loose. Nab gets it back. Nab passes out front. And Edwards unable to put that one in. Both teams taking the opportunity now to sub out some players. Art Stubbs puts the ball back into play for Lawrence. Passes over to Nab. Back to Stubbs. Stubbs crosses it to Over. Over sends it forward. And Lawrence plays it around behind the net. Now out to Tran. Back to Lairfield. And shot on goal, as Art Stubbs is going to put that in the net from way out to give Lawrence the 1-0 lead in the early goings of this game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Jack Boconfuso out there to do the face-off for the Cardinals. There's the face-off, and it's going to be scooped up by the Rams. Rams will have to drop it way back with heavy Cardinal coverage there, and now they'll try and run it forward. Rams move it over to the far side of the field. And the Rams will move the ball around. That gets away. It's going to be scooped up by the Cardinals, knocked free. And Boconfuso comes up with it. That was knocked free. Once more scooped up by the Cardinals. This time it's Stubbs with it. He'll send it over to Lairfield. Lairfield sends it way across the field. Now it's going to bounce back and whistle on the play. It's going to be Lawrence ball. Art Stubbs, number 21, out there midfield with the ball. Referee holding up play for the moment, getting everyone in position. There's the go-ahead, and Stubbs will move the ball forward. Stubbs with a shot from deep. That one does not connect with the goal. Cardinals bring the ball back in. Shot on goal, that one's going to go wide. It'll be a Lawrence ball once more. Over brings the ball in, sends it. Well, now we've got Tran with the ball. Back to Over. Over thought about a shot. Now Tran with the shot, and Tran finds the back of the net to make it a 2-0 lead for the Lawrence Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran will handle the face-off for Lawrence. And the ball's going to be awarded to the Rams. Rams play it forward. Now taking it around behind the net. They'll pass it back out and work that perimeter once more. Shot on goal. And it's a good stop by Marandino. Marandino fires it down the field. Loose ball on the field. That'll be scooped up by the Rams, who will attempt to run it up the far side of the field. Now they'll drop back and try to cross it. Rams pass it inside, shot on goal. And that's a goal for the Rams. Brings it now to a 2-1 score. Cardinals still leading by 1.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Matthew Shamper will get credit for that Hightstown goal. Now we see Tran back out at midfield for the face-off. And once once again, that's going to be awarded to Hightstown. Hightstown plays it forward. They'll take it around behind the net. Now sending it over to the near side of the field. Pass behind the net is blocked by McCann. And Marandino is going to end up with the ball. Marandino sends it out to Claffey. Claffey plays it forward. That's Nab with the ball. Nab the shot on goal. And that one does not find the net. Lawrence brings it back in. Stubbs with the ball. Stubbs with a shot on goal. And that one is deflected by Burke. Over with the ball. Shot on goal. It goes behind the net where it's recovered by the Cardinals. Over passes it. That pass gets away. Bounce shot by the Cardinals goes over the goal. And it's going to be Rams ball. Burke comes forward with the ball. Now he'll pass it forward, and that pass is picked off by Nab. Nab streaking down the field. Shot on goal. That one's blocked by Burke. Recovered by the Cardinals. Over tries to break through with a shot, and Over is going to find the back of the net, give the Cardinals a 3-1 lead over the Hightstown Rams.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran at center field for the faceoff. There's the faceoff. And the Rams will come away with it. There's across the center. Rams will play it over to the far side of the field. And now start working the perimeter. A reverse direction. Rams with a shot from outside. Marandino deflects that one away from the Lawrence goal. It's going to be Rams ball. Rams put the ball back into play. Another shot toward the goal deflected by Marandino. That pass was blocked. I think that was Stubbs with the block. Very nice way to pick that one off out of the air. Rams trying to go back on the attack. Rams will break through, can't get the shot off. That one's gonna, well, they got the shot off, they just missed to the right. Referee had flag on the play from a short while ago, and he's going to bring that one in. It's going to be Rams ball. Rams in the far corner. They'll bring it out and work it around the perimeter. Shot from outside. That was going to be deflected by Marandino. Marandino's been doing a good job in goal as he's come under fire recently. Rams pass gets away. It's going to roll into the corner where it's picked up by the Cardinals. Out of bounds on the Cardinals, however, is going to turn it right back over to the Rams. Claffey tried to get that one passed before he stepped out of bounds, just didn't quite make it. Now Rams looking for another opportunity. Rams played into the near corner. Nothing there, they'll send it back out to center. Shot from way out goes wide. That's going to roll out of bounds. And it's going to turn it over to the Cardinals. Claffey plays it over to Marandino. Marandino under pressure, but he'll go right up the middle and finally pass that one forward. Tran passes over to Stubbs. Stubbs plays it inside, shot on goal, and that one is going to be stopped by Burke. Rams will move the ball up the near sideline. Now Rams going in, trying to get off a shot.
Good pressure, White. Good pressure, D.
Back behind the net. Pass to middle didn't work out, and the Cardinals are going to scoop that one up. It's a breakaway for the Cardinals. Shot on goal, that one does not connect. That's going to go over the end line. We've got about 30 seconds left on the clock in this first period, and Cardinals have the ball. Knapp brings the ball in, he'll pass it out. Now Over runs it around behind the net. Over passes it. Pass is going to get away. It's going to be recovered by the Cardinals. And Knapp breaks through defense. Shot on goal is just a hair too late, and Burke was there anyway. So at the end of the first period, it's your Lawrence Cardinals 3, the Hightstown Rams 1. Stay tuned for more exciting boys varsity lacrosse action here on LTPS TV.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Just don't remember it being like this. Usually it's like nice.
As we get ready for the second period of play, it's going to be the Cardinals with the ball. Starting off, Art Stubbs, number 21, out there near midfield, has the ball, and he'll put it into play. Stubbs plays it off into the corner to Lairfield. Lairfield over to McNamara, who sends it to Over. Pass inside, cross pass, and shot by Tran. That was going to go wide. It'll be Cardinals ball. Cardinals put it back into play. Lairfield to Nab. Shot on goal there by Lairfield. That one goes just over the crossbar. Cardinals ball. Now Over passes to Tran. That pass to Lairfield is a little low. That's going to bounce out of bounds and turn the ball over to the Rams. Substitutions taking place. And now the Rams will put the ball back into play. Whistle's going to stop the drive. And it's going to be timeout. So we'll take a quick break and be right back with more exciting boys varsity lacrosse action here on LTPS TV.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Now the Cardinals will return to the field for the resumption of play. Waiting for things to get going again. And Shamper's going to put the ball in play for the Rams. And he drops it. Loose ball on the field. Finally picked up by the Rams. They'll take it down into the far corner and pass it way behind the net. Now that pass is going to go across the near sideline, out of bounds. It'll be Cardinals ball. And Claffey will be putting the ball into play for the Cardinals. Sends it way across the field. Cardinals will play it up the middle. That one's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be Cardinals ball. Over scoops it up and heads back toward the field. And the ball's back in play. Over crosses it to center. That one gets away. Good hustle there by Tran to keep it in bounds. It'll be Cardinals ball. Art Stubbs on the far side with the ball. Stubbs backs it up to Over. Now Over moving it up the middle of the field. He'll send it forward. Lairfield plays it back behind the net to Nab. Now Nab sends it back out front. Stubbs drops it back once more. And McNamara maneuvering to try and get a shot. He'll instead pass it over to Lairfield. Back to Nab. Now Nab breaks through. That pass is going to be slapped away by the Rams. Nab goes back and retrieves the ball himself. Pass to Lairfield. And once more, a timeout called. We'll take another break and be right back with more action.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Cardinals put the ball back into play. And that will turn it over to Hightstown. Rams play it forward to Odin Burke. He'll send it down the field where it's picked off by the Cardinals. Shot on goal, and Nab puts it in for the fourth goal of the game for the Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Now Tran at center for the faceoff. Loose ball on the field. Up in the air it goes. Still no one has it. And finally, Rams will grab a hold of that one. They'll lose control of it, and Tran gets it. Tran is taken down. Ball bouncing all over the place. to go out of bounds, but flag on the play, and we'll take a quick break.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
The Rams will have possession for the resumption of play. Over here on the near sideline. Yeah, they'll take it down the sideline and around behind the goal. And reverse and head back this direction. Once more going back behind the goal. And coming out on the far side of the field. Now around front, shot on goal. And that will be a goal for the Hightstown Rams.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Jack Boconfuso back out for Lawrence at center for the faceoff. There's the faceoff. And Boconfuso comes away with the ball. They'll pass it forward to Lairfield. Lairfield will take it around behind the net. The reverse direction, pass it out. And shot by Nab is blocked by Burke. Burke coming out of the net with the ball. Coming out of the goal. Now he'll pass that one over towards the far side of the field. Whistle on the play, and that's going to be Cardinals' ball. Chemo puts the ball into play. Loose ball on the field. And Nab picks that one up. That will turn things over to the Rams. Rams put the ball back into play. And flag on the play. Rams will maintain possession of the ball. And play will resume. Play will not resume. Now play will resume. Rams working the ball around the perimeter. They'll change direction. Cardinals a little short-handed out there as the Rams trying to set up a scoring opportunity. Marandino with the block. That's going to be Rams' ball. Rams put the ball back into play. Shot from way outside. That one's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Lawrence ball. Claffey brings it forward. He'll pass it over to Marandino. Marandino running it forward. Coming well out of the goal. He makes the pass. That'll be scooped up by Lairfield. Now Lairfield taking it down the far side of the field. He'll drop it back to Stubbs. Stubbs passes it across to Over. Over can't settle it, but it'll be picked up by Lairfield. And whistle's going to stop the action. Cardinals leading 4-2. Looks like Stubbs will have the ball for the resumption of play when things finally get settled out. And now Stubbs will put the ball back into play. He'll drop it back to McNamara. McNamara over to Lairfield. Shot by Over goes wide. It's going to be Cardinals ball. Nab heads over to find a ball. And now Nab puts it back into play. Nab drops it back to Stubbs. Stubbs to Over. Lairfield passes it to Nab. And Stubbs from way out sinks it. It's another goal for the Cardinals as the Cardinals take a 5-2 lead in this game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Bo Confuso once more doing the face-off. This time the Rams will come away with it. Ball's knocked free. Rams will pop it up in the air. And it's recovered by the Rams. Rams run it over toward the far side of the field. That pass is going to get away. And recovered just by the sideline. Rams with a shot on goal. That one's stopped by Marandino. Marandino sends it forward. Caruso picks it up. He'll take it forward. And now Caruso pass inside to Nab. And Nab puts it in for another goal as the Cardinals now move to a 6-2 lead over the Hightstown Rams.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Now we have Matthew Tran back at center for the face-off. Both digging for the ball. So far nobody's got it. Finally picked up by Rams. Rams will play it forward, now advancing it down the middle of the field. That pass is long, it's going to go out of bounds. Turn possession over the Cardinals. Claffey heads back to retrieve it. Claffey running it up the far side of the field. He'll pass it forward to Marandino, who ran way out of the net. Marandino sends it even further forward. And it goes to Austin Edwards. Edwards sends it over to Lairfield. That was knocked free, and the Rams are going to come away with the ball. Rams advancing down the near sideline. Across the center. Cardinals back in time to advance to stop the advancement being made by the Hightstown Rams. Rams now eyeballing the situation, trying to find a way in toward that goal. Rams still looking for a way in. Ball gets away. Rams will recover. Now Rams trying to run it around toward the center and fire off a shot. There's a low shot deflected by Marandino. It's going to be a Hightstown ball. Hightstown puts the ball back into play. Now running it and cross to center. Rams trying to find a way through. The ball's going to be knocked free and recovered by the Cardinals. That's knocked free as well. Once more, Cardinals recover. And Caruso sends it forward. That's sent even further forward by Claffey. Now Edwards on the move with it. He'll pass it over to Stubbs. Oh. Nice play across the middle there, but that one got away. Missed opportunity for the Cardinals. It's going to be Cardinals' ball as Lairfield will put it into play. Pass over to Nab. Nab sends it out front. Stubbs with a line drive. That one is stopped by Burke. And Burke's going to fire it down the field. That one's picked up by Claffey. Ball's turned over to the Rams, and they're going to turn it right back over to the Cardinals. Claffey once more. He'll send that one forward. McCann plays it up to Over. Over sends it inside. And it's another goal for the Cardinals as Noah Lairfield finds the back of the net to make it a 7-2 game in favor of the Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Boconfuso back at center for the faceoff. Ball's loose on the field. And it'll be scooped up by the Cardinals. Caruso plays it back. And back to Caruso. He'll send it over to Nab. Nab plays it further back to Stubbs. Now Stubbs looking for a way through. Can't get the shot off. They'll pass it over to Lairfield. Lairfield back to Nab. To Lairfield. To Stubbs. Stubbs fires one in there. That one's going to be stopped by Burke. Now Burke's going to come out of the net. And he'll send that one way down the field. In fact, it's so far down the field that Marandino comes out and grabs it and was about to send it the other way when the buzzer sounded for the end of the first half. So at the end of the first half, it's your Lawrence Cardinals 7, the Hightstown Rams 2. Stay tuned for second half action of this exciting boys varsity lacrosse game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
To start the second half, Matt Tran will be handling the face-off for the Cardinals. There's the face-off. Loose ball in the middle. Going to be swatted away and picked up by the Rams. Rams in shooting position there, decided not to go for it. They'll drop it back instead. Try to reset. Now running it down into the end. Back out again. And finally they'll start passing around that perimeter. Rams trailing by 5, looking for a way to catch up. Shot on goal, and they'll find one. Ethan Bandel puts one in the back of the net to make it a 7-3 game now, as the Hightstown Rams attempt to close that gap.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
Bo Confuso handling the faceoff this time. Loose ball, and that was going to be whistled to a stop. It'll be Rams with the ball. Now Rams moving towards the Cardinal goal. Lawrence quick to force them back. Here's a drive towards the middle. Shot on goal, and that was going to be stopped by Marandino. Marandino sends it out to Kimo. Played forward to Stubbs. Stubbs can't settle it, and it's going to be taken over by the Rams. Rams forced out of bounds. It'll be Cardinal ball. Stubbs will bring it back into play for the Cardinals. Stubbs sends it over to McNamara. McNamara is going to drop it back. Over now with the ball. Tran. Tran to McNamara. McNamara looking for a shot. He'll take one. That one bounces past the goal. It's going to be retrieved by Nab. Nab plays it over to Stubbs. That one's just wide of Stubbs. And Learfield's going to have to chase that one down. But he's overwhelmed. Now Kimo comes away with the ball. Stubbs fires it forward. That one's going to be tipped away by the Rams. Recovered by the Cardinals. Nab sends it up the middle, and Stubbs sails it in there. He thought it went in. The referees say differently. That was going to be picked up by Burke. Burke walking it out of the goal. Now he'll play it forward. That pass is going to bounce out of bounds and turn the ball right back over to the Cardinals. Still a light drizzle here at the Cardinal Stadium. Certainly no way dampening the action out on the field today. Nab brings the ball into play. They'll drop it back to Over. Over heading back behind the net. Tried to get it to Nab. Nab was under heavy fire at the time. Recovered by Over. Pass to Stubbs. That was going to make the rounds for the Cardinals. Over looking to make a shot. He sends that one in, but it's going to be stopped by Burke. Rams heading in towards the Lawrence goal. And great shot there by Grant Vinton, but referee says that one did not cross the goal line. Cardinals will clear the ball. Stubbs plays it forward to Nab. Nab with a shot on goal. That was blocked. Second attempt is good. And it's a goal for the Cardinals by Alex Nab.
As long as the ball goes in before you
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Bo Confuso for the face-off as the Cardinals now lead 8-3 over the Hightstown Rams. Ball's finally scooped up by the Rams, and they'll streak down the middle of the field heading towards the Lawrence goal. Couldn't get the shot off, and the fourth wide. They'll go around behind the goal. Pass hits the back of the net, and Marandino will come around to grab it. As we've seen so many times before, Marandino is going to run that ball partway down the field before passing it off. Now over with the ball. Over trying to work it forward. He'll pass it over to Stubbs. I'm sorry, that was Lairfield. Behind the net to Nab. Nab sends it out to Stubbs. Stubbs to over. Over passes inside, shot on goal, and that one's going to be deflected by Burke. Cardinals ball. McNamara with the ball. They'll send it to Stubbs. Stubbs in the far corner. They'll drop it back to Lairfield. Lairfield with a shot on goal. That one does not connect. It's going to be Cardinals ball. Nab sends it in. Now over with the ball. Over with a bounce shot. That one's going to be stopped by Burke. And Burke sends it out to midfield. Loose ball. That's going to bounce out of bounds. Last touch by Hightstown. Be Cardinals ball. Now over taking the ball forward. Over passes it to Austin Edwards, who puts it in for another goal for the Cardinals. Score now 9-3 in favor of the Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran back at center for the faceoff. And that was going to be scooped up by Caruso. Caruso passes it over to Stubbs. Gets away from Stubbs, but he's in position to recover. Stubbs looking for someone to pass it to. It'll go through McNamara over to Over. Over sends it back behind the net. Lairfield to Nab. Back to Lairfield. Stubbs fires one in there, and it's stopped by Burke. Burke walking it out of the goal area. He'll send that one forward. And now the Rams will advance it on the near side of the field. Into the corner they go. Back out again. Now a run over towards the goal. Cardinal defense having none of that. He'll cross it around behind the net. Now a shot from outside, and it's another goal for the Hightstown Rams. That will make it a 9-4 game. Cardinals still leading.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran once more at center for the faceoff. And that was going to be awarded to the Cardinals. Tran fires it into the corner. That was a little high, and it's going to bounce out of bounds, turning possession over to the Rams. Rams will send the ball over to Burke. Burke plays it forward. And now it's the Rams on the attack once more. Rams looking for a way in. Instead, they'll pass it over to the other side of the field and start working the perimeter. Rams from way out. That one misses the goal. Henry Rams ball. Rams bring it back into play. They'll drop it back. Now working that far sideline. Here's a run towards the open mouth of the goal. And that one's going to be in for another goal. That one slips by to give the Hightstown Rams their 5th goal of the game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran back at center for the faceoff. Tran comes away with the ball. He'll pass it down the field. That one's going to bounce out of bounds and turn possession over to the Rams. Rams put the ball back into play. Working it over towards the far side of the field. Rams having a little trouble getting the pass off. There it goes. Rams now working behind the Cardinals. Shot on goal goes very high. It's going to be Rams ball. Rams are bringing the ball back into play. Shot on goal. That was blocked by Marandino. Flag on the field. We'll see who that was going to go to. It's going to be Hightstown ball. Hightstown drops it back. Now they'll cross it to the near side of the field, send it around behind the net. And low shot. That one's in for another goal for the Hightstown Rams. Grant Vinson puts it in for the 6th goal of the game for the Rams and brings them to within 3 points of the Lawrence Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran for the faceoff. That's going to be scooped up by Caruso. Caruso sends it in. No goal, although it sure looked close. Now Stubbs with the ball. He'll play it over to Over. Back to Stubbs. And Stubbs rips one in there. That one's just left of goal. Good play by the Cardinals. It'll be Cardinals ball. Now the Cardinals bring the ball back into play. Lairfield sends it across the field to over, and Stubbs fires another one in there. That one's going to be deflected by Burke. And that's going to turn the ball over to the Rams. Rams put the ball back into play. Running it down the near sideline. Now they'll fire it forward. Pass to center. That one's picked off. And Lawrence will send it the other direction. And there's the buzzer for the end of the third period. So after 3 periods of play, the score is Lawrence Cardinals 9, Hightstown Rams 6. Stay tuned for the conclusion of this game.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran at center for the faceoff to start the fourth quarter.
Come on, White!
Loose ball on the field. And Tran will keep that one in bounds, scooped up by Caruso. Caruso sends it across the field to Stubbs. Stubbs with an inside pass, and Lairfield zings it in there for a goal. Score now, Cardinals 10, Rams 6.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran once more for the faceoff. Loose ball is going to be scooped up by the Rams. Pass over to the corner, almost got away, but recovered. Now pass behind the net. And that shot's going to bounce by the net harmlessly. That shot is going to go in for a point for the Hightstown Rams. Score by Matthew Schamper.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
So with that goal, we're back to a 3-point game. And Jack Volconfuso back out to handle the faceoff for the Cardinals. Ball still bouncing around out there. And finally, it's going to be, well, it's still bouncing around. That's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be a Rams ball. Rams attempting to run it up the field. Now they'll pass. That pass gets away, and Cardinals will take advantage of it. Overrunning the ball up the middle. He'll pass it to, well, it's back and forth, and now looks like it's back in the hands of Hightstown. Hightstown working towards the Lawrence goal. I'll take it around behind the net, but that's going to be fielded by Marandino, and he'll fire it back out. Whistle on that play as Austin Edwards gets taken down. It's going to return possession to the Cardinals.
Oh, court.
Okay, thank God. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they do overtime or not.
They do it for soccer, which I was not happy about one time.
Me either. Every soccer game I worked with.
Still waiting for action to resume.
I sat out there for 4 hours only for the Camino score. So mad about.
Over waiting at midfield with the ball.
No, at that point, it's like that. It's like a waste.
So waiting for the go-ahead from the referees. There it is. And Over will pass the ball forward. Now Stubbs with it. He'll send it into the corner. Back around behind the net. And over to the far side of the field as Lawrence works that perimeter. Over runs it across to the center. Inside to Stubbs. Stubbs can't get the shot. Lairfield hanging on to it. Now he'll drop it behind the net to McNamara. McNamara back out. Over from way out. And that one's going to be picked off by Burke. Burke sends it forward. And now it's the Rams charging down the field towards the Lawrence goal. Oh, very dangerous situation there. But the ball rolled past the net, and Marandino's going to come out, grab it, and send it back up the field. That's going to be taken away by the Rams. That pass picked off in midair by Aiden McGann. Be out of bounds on the Cardinals, but stop the momentum. Rams put the ball back into play. McGann takes it away and hands it off to Marandino. Marandino with no pressure, slowly walking it forward. Now he'll send it over to the near sideline. And Claffey will pass it across the field. Back to Marandino, who's gone to midfield once more. Now Edwards trying to run it forward. That's going to be turned over to the Rams. Rams heading towards the Lawrence goal. Low shot there, stopped by Marandino. He'll send it right back out to Tran. Tran running it down the field. He'll send it in to Lairfield. Lairfield gets it over to Nab, who puts it in for another point for the Cardinals. 11-4 or 11-7 is the score now.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Boconfuso at center for the faceoff. And the ball is going to be scooped up by the Rams. Rams will drop it back and try and work it over to the far side of the field now. That one gets away, quickly recovered. Well, there was an unusual shot. Had both the ball and the racket flying in there. Well, it has been raining all day. It must be hard to hold on to those things. It's going to be Rams' ball. Rams in the near corner with it. They'll send it around behind the net. Back to the other side now, behind the net once more. Pass out front. And that attempt goes left of goal. Ball's recovered by the Rams. Now the roll out of bounds. Rams ball. Rams will bring it in. And they'll drop it back and start working that perimeter. Rams take it behind the goal. There's a goal. Shot on goal. And it's a goal for the Rams. Grant Vincent scores to make it an 11-8 game in favor of the Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Tran at center for the face-off as the Rams have pulled to within 3 points of the Cardinals once more. Ball still loose, being kicked around the field. Finally scooped up by Stubbs. Stubbs passes it off to Nab, who works it in the corner. Now heading in towards the goal. They'll pass it. Oh, that pass gets away. It's going to be picked up by the Cardinals. And timeout's going to be called, so we'll take a quick break and be right back with more exciting boys varsity lacrosse action.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Play resumes with the Cardinals in possession of the ball. Stubbs on the far side of the field with it. Stubbs passes to McNamara. McNamara to Lairfield, and Lairfield over to Nab. Long pass back to Stubbs. Cardinals wearing the perimeter. Now Stubbs makes a drive inside. Long shot from deep outside, and it's a goal for the Cardinals as Gabriel McNamara finds the back of the net to make it a 12-8 game in favor of the Cardinals.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Bo Confuso back at center for the Cardinals for the face-off. And that's going to be scooped up by the Rams. Rams pick it up on the far sideline. And we're going to have another timeout called. So we'll take another break and be right back with more boys varsity lacrosse.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
About 5 minutes left in this game, and the Hightstown Rams have the ball. Hightstown running it from the far side toward the near side right now. Now circling around, they almost took it behind the net. Back out, here's a pass across. Now they'll pass it back behind the net. And back out again, they'll start to work the perimeter. Now just waiting to see what happens at this point. Now they're ready to go again. And here's a drive towards the goal, shot on goal. And it's a stop by Marandino. Cardinals send it up the near sideline. Oh, errant pass there. That's going to be picked up by the Rams. Rams with a cross. That one's going to head across the sideline, out of bounds on the Rams. It'll be Cardinals ball. Stubbs will bring it back into play for the Cardinals. Now Stubbs running it towards the center of the field. He'll pass it over to Lairfield. Lairfield sends it forward to McNamara. McNamara to Nab. Nab tied up behind the net. Now Nab breaks through. Shot on goal, and Nab scores again for the Cardinals. That makes it a 13-8 game Cardinals lead.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Bo Confuso for the face-off with just under 3 minutes left in the game. Cardinals lead 13-8. Loose ball, that's going to be scooped up by Caruso. Ball gets away from Caruso. It's going to be finally picked up by Caruso. He'll send it forward, and Nab gets it. Nab with a cross to Lairfield. Lairfield to Stubbs. Stubbs will drop it back to Over. Over running it around behind the net. Pass to McNamara. McNamara over to Lairfield, and Lairfield to Stubbs. Back to Lairfield. Lairfield gets it to Over. Over to McNamara. To Nab. Nab has the ball knocked free by the goalie of all people. Loose ball on the field. That was scooped up by the Cardinals, but not before the whistle blows. Call goes against the Cardinals. It's going to be the Rams with the ball. The Rams launch it down the field. Now running the near sideline. Across the center, and shot on goal. That one's going to go wide. Rams bring the ball back in. They'll take it behind the net. Now run out front, tried to get a shot off, and he'll be overwhelmed by the Cardinal defense. Marandino scoops it up, but whistle's going to stop the play. Looks like that call's going to go against the Cardinals. It'll be Rams ball. Rams in the near corner. Now that pass is deflected by the Cardinals. And finally Caruso scoops that one up and sends it forward. It's picked up by Nab. Nab takes it into the corner. Now he'll run it around behind the net. Nab being forced further and further back. Finally he passes it. That's going to go out of bounds. It'll be turned over to the Rams. Rams launch the ball down the field. And there's the buzzer for the end of the game as your Lawrence Cardinals victorious today with a score of 13-8 over the Hightstown Rams. Thank you to Max Fogdahl for capturing all the action. And thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in again next time for more exciting Cardinal sports action here on LTPS TV.